Every season has its peaks and valleys, both literally and figuratively. And when you sign yourself up for a fall filled with public land do-it-yourself hunts as we do, it's a recipe for a healthy serving of humility. This season was different, though. We experienced far more peaks than valleys. But success didn't come easy. The valleys we did cross were deep. We found success at moments we didn't expect, and difficulties in places that normally provide opportunities. Hunting doesn't always involve killing an animal. That's the way it's always been and always will be. There's simply too much outside of a hunter's control to expect any sort of guarantee. But when success comes, it's a reason to celebrate, give thanks, and remember that true success can only be found within the journey.
Well, back in New Mexico, last year here, Mark and I had an absolutely amazing hunt and we'd never even shot an arrow. It was the first time I can honestly say we had too much luck. So many times we had bulls come just trump right in on top of us and either, see us, smell us, whatever before, we could get a shot. And I felt like a rookie, just an amateur for the entire hunt, it felt like. And so this year I feel like I'm coming back here with like this something to prove, which isn't honestly a good idea. Just kind of robs you of joy of the moment if you just constantly thinking about last year and like this revenge, type of attitude. So I'm trying to erase that out of my mind and just enjoy what's happening right now. But we got here and we just stopped. We had bulls. We had elk right below us. We had bulls all different directions. I don't want to be super aggressive this morning. I wanted to try to be as invasive as possible. It's just a terrible word, but let's get over here a little bit. It's so thick in here. I think we could call that bullhead. This would be just to see the elk, because elk would be getting done here. There's no way I could shoot it here. Well, we made it back to the truck. It was a good morning. I mean, it's been a long morning. We put a lot of miles, a lot of elevation in, but super stoked to find that wallow. I saw it briefly. I got to look at it from down uphill like 3 years ago or so, and because you kind of have to be in the exact right spot. And as you can see, it's pretty thick around here. I had to laugh about that cow this morning because so many people will tell me, hey, I can't. Cow calls don't work on bulls, and I'm like, yeah, in a scenario like that where you literally have 20 cows just talking away, It's really hard to sound sexier than the rest of them, and actually it's impossible. But never got our eyes on that bull. That's just the way it goes sometimes. Once the uphill race starts, odds are just not good.
The Western Hunter is presented by Browning, the best there is. Benchmade knives, the most advanced hunting knives ever. Easton Archery, made in USA since 1922. Option Archery, bringing target precision to hunting camp. Matthews Archery, and Western Hunter Magazine.
So once again, like too much of a good thing right there. We wanted to be in front of them before sunup and I mean they were cruising pretty good, way faster than we expected. And we just got right into them, and it's another 15 minutes before shooting light. I couldn't even see my pins. But fortunately, those cows never spooked. They stared at us for a long time. But these elk they're obviously cruising up really fast this morning. So we're gonna use this old road that goes up as much as we can. Try to get up above them. He's up there pretty high. It's like I was hoping it was just a weird lull there. One bugle, and we got 3 or 4 different bulls bugling in here. But I think we're gonna go right back to our game plan though. Get well above them, right up in there. Like 6 yards. I kept thinking sounds like he's coming up right here. Sure enough, he's coming up right there. But it's still really early, so just listen to that bull for a while and let that situation calm down. Another bull that we had super close right here, we never got eyes on. He went up this way and then shut up, and he never saw us, but his cows did. I mean, they're standing right in the middle of the road. I thought for sure he's gonna step out, and that's why I had to make a little turn. So I thought it was worth the chance, but he didn't, and of course then the cows really locked on. thinking these two bulls are going to meet up. I mean, they looked like they were in for a collision. But they just didn't. They just bugled at each other. This one just had it off. This one's still below us here. Well, that was close. I mean, like frustratingly close. That bull stopped in what I was hoping would be the perfect spot. I could tell there was a lot of saplings and stuff there, but I couldn't tell from where the bull was, like how high would he be? And obviously he wasn't high enough. That was super close. We had two bulls right there. That whole mess we just had was the type of opportunity you could have killed both of them, or you could kill neither one of them. And obviously, you know how that one turned out. Dang, it's frustrating. So we'll just keep grinding here.
This segment was presented by Outdoorsman's Tripods. Visit outdoorsmans.com to build your tripod today. This segment is presented by Onyx Hunt. Know where you stand.
Well, this is a spot that we were yesterday where that bull walked right in on us, and we had two bulls bugling right here. I mean, the exact same spot. I mean, I feel like I know every tree up and down this 100 yards of this old logging cut here. Yeah, it's just one of those quiet mornings. But when these bulls get close to each other, they fire up. But they're not close to each other today. It seems like they're just all spread out. So the bugling is real sporadic. And you think my bugling, I could get close and fire one up, but I don't know. It's just that doesn't seem to work very well. Maybe I need to work on my bugling harder. But it's getting late in the morning already, and the sun's getting high. We'll see what happens here. We're gonna just hang out for a few minutes because they're still moving for sure, and they'll could just move into earshot. Levi and I just sat down to take a break, eat a bar. We've been going nonstop for almost about 3.5 hours. We heard the bull bugle. It sounded like he was a ways off though, and the next time he bugled, he was close. And I'm standing 3 feet from where I was laying down. His right side was just totally messed up. Had a pretty good left side, but those weird bulls like that, I don't have a real problem, but I just looked at that one and just, I don't know, I just didn't do it for me, which seems kind of crazy even at this point. But passing on a bull after two years of all of last year and this year, opportunities are rare. We got a long ways back to the truck. My guess is we'll hear another bull bugle. We might have another opportunity before we can get back to the truck. We haven't been in here yet, but I've wanted to come in here because it's got a big creek in the bottom and it's just a dark canyon. Plus, I actually killed a bull here like 4 or 5 years ago, and sure enough, I heard some bulls. We heard some bulls bugling from below. It sounded like they're almost in the same place I killed that bull. I walked out, packed that bull out on this little logging cut right here. If you're wondering about the face paint, why all of a sudden I got it on, it's because I found it. So I actually like face paint. I don't know if it makes that big a difference, but I feel more, I don't know, ready when I've got face paint on. So I'm gonna call it war paint. We're going after them.
After years of hunting here, I know every road and most of the trails. I've hunted elk in every drainage, and I know their general patterns. But this dense vegetation makes this game of cat and mouse feel impossible. The paradox is that I don't want an easy hunt, but then I get frustrated when it's not. I need to get over that.
So we made our way in there, across the canyon, up to that ridge line up there. And nothing, dead quiet. We didn't hear a bugle for 45 minutes. We come back down around here, get on the other side. Those bulls are bugling right there. They can't be 400 yards from where we were. And they're obviously going nuts. And I am totally perplexed. If they just shut up for that long, I mean, I tried calling from up there, sat there and waited, and nothing. And then get back around here with not near enough time to get back over there. And here they got going off, going crazy. I just don't understand it, how that can happen.
The Western Hunter is presented by Swarovski Optic. See the unseen. Wilderness Athlete. Fuel for the rugged. Outdoorsman's Packs and Tripods. On X Hunt. Know where you stand. Chally, the world's finest optics mounting system. And Browning Ammunition. This segment is presented by Benchmade Hunt, the most advanced hunting knives ever.
Well, this is the last day, last morning. We've got a bull that bugled down here and another bull that's bugling up here that are both in a pretty good position. We don't have a wind advantage, but we're not at a disadvantage right now at this distance. We're okay. We got his attention for sure, so let's sneak up this ridge line where he came over. He knows how to get there because that's where he came from. About completely out of tricks. They're still talking. It just seems like as soon as you get within 150 yards, which in this country is a long way still, because I mean you gotta be 30 yards for a shot. They just get nervous, shut down. You're not gonna sneak in. You gotta have the elk do something to give you an advantage. Man, they're just not making any mistakes. It's a chess game, and they're just move for move, just beating me. Go see if we can find a really lonely bull.
Over the years, I've had more success on the last day of the hunt than the first day. This is the last day. There is no tomorrow. I need to make decisions quickly, hunt more aggressively, and with a greater sense of urgency. If this is a recipe for higher success, then why am I not doing this on day one, or at least by day two? If my hesitation is handicapping me, I need to get over that too.
It's last couple hours. Hopefully they get fired up. What we need is two bulls to get close to each other. They're not coming to calls here. They're just not. It's just, I don't know what this year's a little different. And they're not engaging, even each other. To have two bulls do the calling for you, essentially, makes it a lot easier for us to be stealthy and move in. This is the same ridge we were at a couple nights ago, and those bulls totally fooled us, and we got back to the truck and they were screaming right where we left them. So we're not gonna make that mistake tonight. We'll hang out there until dark if we have to, but that's what we got, is until dark. So I got a good bull bugling right up here. Sounds good. There's a couple other bulls. The wind's not exactly stable yet by any stretch. but we can't worry about it too much. I mean, obviously we worry about it, but what it's gonna be, what it's gonna be. We just gotta figure out how to get close. That was a pretty incredible little sequence we had there tonight. We're back here in New Mexico, back at the Taos Pueblo Ranch. It's been actually, I say, a rough couple of years. We've had lots of good opportunities. Last year we were so close. In fact, just right up in here is where the last evening we had a bull come crashing in on us that, I mean, he just made one little wrong turn and I couldn't hold my bow more than 60 seconds, so didn't get a shot at him. But it was a good year. I didn't even launch an arrow. So this one kind of been bugging me for a year now about missed opportunities and things I could have done different. So I did a ton more research, talked to more guys, I listened to podcasts, listened to more videos, trying to come up with a couple of tricks that I think might help, especially when I'm here by myself and I don't have a caller. It's really wet right now, but it was a relatively dry summer. They had a good spring and winter, and the September's been pretty wet. It rained most of the night. I've never been here when it's this muddy and wet as it is right now. Normally down lower in this country is where we do really well, but we spent the first 2 hours in the dark down low. We heard one bugle, but it sounded like a little bull by himself. And we get up here about to what I call about the halfway point, and we're starting to hear a couple of bulls way up high. They're so far that we can't even, not 100% sure the direction, or if we're hearing the same bull more than once, echoing off of these mountains. Oh, right there. That's crazy. We've been in this area for 45 minutes this morning, and that bull never bugled. This is an area they are coming up from, so they could have just been on their way here. I don't believe they necessarily came to the calls. That was a good bull. That was a really good bull. Came in totally quiet and with a bunch of cows. I don't know what to do. Everything I already told you, I just got negated in about 5 seconds while I was talking.
The Western Hunter is presented by Browning, the best there is. Benchmade knives, the most advanced hunting knives ever. Easton Archery, made in USA since 1922. Option Archery, bringing target precision to hunting camp. Matthews Archery. And Western Hunter Magazine. This segment is presented by Wilderness Athlete, fuel for the rugged.
Things changed really fast. I don't know if these bulls just showed up or if they started talking. If they just showed up, they might just be traveling. Who knows? We got a lot to learn, but the way it's happened, it could be really close too. So we went from 0 to 100 really fast. We're gonna just start sneaking in here. snuck in here, and I knew it was like a 50-50 whether these elk were going to be going up this mountain, which is kind of typically what they do. We just heard one bugle way up high. It's tough. These creeks are running with all this rain. These creeks are running bigger than I've ever heard them run. It's one of the few places I've ever hunted multiple times. And I feel like I really don't know what I'm doing right now or what I'm gonna do. It feels like there's not an elk in this country. And then you see a rub like that one back there and you're like, well, there's obviously elk in here. They're not doing what I expect them to do. So, man, if they're not talking, you have no idea where they are, what they're doing, or how you're ever gonna get close. So hopefully it's just a weird day. We had this big weather change happen in the last 24, 48 hours. Maybe they're just kind of hunkered down and recovering from that, and it'll fire up here today. It's got to fire up. It's the middle of September, so get up early, hit the road again.
The Western Hunter is presented by Swarovski Optic. See the unseen. Wilderness Athlete. Fuel for the rugged. Outdoorsman's Packs and Tripods. On X Hunt. Know where you stand. Chally, the world's finest optics mounting system. And Browning Ammunition.
Down in here at the bottom now, the bugles are kind of, I don't know, bouncing around in the sky or something. I think it's because there's multiple bulls and they're moving. And we're far enough away, their bugles aren't very distinctive from one to the next. We're just gonna pick one and start getting closer to that. Spectacular morning nonetheless. So, I can't begin to explain it, but it's happened to me before. Where we started on these elk was well over a mile back. And we just keep working down here. We're like, man, I'm not making any ground. We get here and those things are up on top of this mountain over here. Like from right here, they're at least a mile and a half. But it's just open air between us. So that sound just carried all the way for almost 2 miles, where we actually were whispering and sneaking because we thought they were that close. So we burned a whole morning coming down here, easing down here to find out they're a mile and a half off this property.
Each year is a little bit different here and presents its own set of challenges. The dry summer followed by this heavy rain has obviously had an impact. For instance, I usually see 2 or 3 bucks during the hunt, but this year we're seeing deer every day. This is the middle of September and these bulls should be fired up by now. Trying to locate bulls in this thick vegetation when they are not bugling very much is incredibly difficult. The elk may be behaving differently, but the terrain never changes. I know this country well and I need to take advantage of that knowledge. If last year taught me anything, it's that I need to stay focused and hunt each day like it was the last day. So now it's time to head back to camp, get something to eat, shoot my bow, and come up with a plan for the evening hunt.
So we came up to this high spot here, hoping that maybe these elk were coming up really high. We had a bull answer down here. We think he might be moving this way. So we're gonna parallel for a while and see what this 2-track does. I think it's gonna hook back around, just given the contour of the mountain. No matter what, we gotta get on that side of him anyways.
further. The rule of thumb here is whatever you think it is, it's probably half that. I thought for sure he was down in here. So I bugled from this side of this cat trail over here. And he was right below us. And we were literally just wide out in the open, and I tried to take 4 steps to get cover. And the bull's standing there like 50 yards. Bad decision making. It's hard in here because you're always looking for a little better spot to get some shooting lanes. But every step you take, it's just different shooting lanes, no better. It's just, at some point, you just gotta take your chances.
This segment is presented by Onyx Hunts. Know where you stand. This segment was presented by Outdoorsman's Tripods. Visit outdoorsmans.com to build your tripod today.
I've been all around this perimeter this morning. We could hear bugles way off in the distance. We've just been working around trying to figure out where they might be. Nice. That was back that way, didn't you think? Anyways, this is a spot I've been in before. Shot a 5-point in here years ago. We call that slump buster. It might be appropriate because I've been on a slump here. Maybe it'll all come back together again. Now it sounds like we got elk on both sides of this. So we're gonna have to be patient here for a little bit and see what this one's gonna do. They generally like to go up right here. The thermals feel like they've already switched, which would be really good if he is actually coming up. part. Shot looked really good to me. When he was walking away, you could see quite a bit of arrow hanging out. I'm hoping it went in and bounced back like that. My anxiety level right now is way higher than when he was coming in.
This segment is presented by Onyx Hunt. Know where you stand. This segment is presented by Benchmade Hunt, the most advanced hunting knives ever.
Man, came in across that one opening, and I thought about stopping him, but I wasn't sure on the distance. I just didn't want to make a call on that distance. Fortunately, he came back. I got lucky there. Did you hear my rest? My rest fell, and he bugled. I thought it was over. It looks like the bull that walked past me a couple years ago, and that was like 200 yards from here. It's been about an hour and 15 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and sneak up there. This is always the scariest part, especially if the arrow had blown through him, it'd be a whole different deal. But what I'm hoping is the arrow went pretty much through him and he hit that hide and bounced back out, because it didn't look like it went, got great penetration. But hopefully he's dead right up there. We're gonna go real slow though. There he is. He did exactly what I thought he would do. He just laid down. That's why we didn't hear him crash. Obviously the shot location was perfect. Man, I was nervous. The blood trail wasn't as obvious as I thought it was going to be. But it was a quick blood trail. 122 yards. Oh, thank you, old man. Just a classic northern New Mexico bull. Mature bull. It finally all came together. It's been 2 years where I didn't kill a bull here. Man, I feel like I've had 100 opportunities, and something just go wrong every time. The majority of it was me making mistakes that I shouldn't have made. These guys don't read the script. Man, when it does come together here, you just think, well, that was easy. Because it does, when it all comes together, it feels easy because, again, this is such dense country, it's gonna be a close shot. It's all good now. I'm super stoked. It's gonna be a fun day. It's Saturday, still really chilly. It's probably still, I don't even think it's made 50 degrees yet today. So got plenty of time to get him broken down, get him packed out. Thank you, old man.
I killed my first bull elk 35 years ago, and I know I still have so much to learn. But right now, I feel like I just moved up one grade. The knowledge I gained over the past 2 years paid off. Getting a shot at this bull would not have happened if I didn't adapt. Next year just can't come soon enough.